Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome back to the North Carolina Sports Guys channel. This is Wayne Hunt once again, and in today's video, we're going to open up some new product. As you can see, I've got several things to choose from, but I thought with the 2021 NFL Draft ready to start tonight, I thought it would be fun to rip some 2021 Leaf Draft football. As you can see, I've got a total of 3 blasters of this new product that I just picked up yesterday. And we're going to open up one of these here on the channel today. So let's go ahead and get started, see what kind of hits that we might be able to come across here. So obviously with the Leaf Draft football, we're expected to get some of the top names that are expected to go in the draft tonight. As you can see, this box comes 2 autograph cards per box. It's got obviously Trevor Lawrence, the Clemson star, who is projected to be the #1 pick this evening to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So obviously he's the big early chase card here. But this one is a 50 card set plus 2 autograph cards per box. So let's get to opening and see what we can come up with. We're gonna pull this little insert out, and our auto cards, we're just going to set those aside for now, come back and see what we end up with there. But we're going to go ahead and open up the 2021 Leaf Football Draft 50 card draft set. So let's take a look and see how these cards look for us. So I think these are probably going to be again, all of your top folks, and you can see right off the bat, we've got Mr. Lawrence, the Clemson star, who, like I said, is expected to go #1. It would be a huge shock if he didn't go #1 to the Jaguars. So we've got the Leaf rookie card logo right here. Just things it shows up pretty well on camera, and then of course Mr. Lawrence in his Clemson orange. So then we have Justin Fields, the Ohio State superstar. Been hearing lots of things about where Justin may go in the draft. I read something last night that both the Panthers and the Patriots still have him extremely high on the board. The Panthers, they picked up Sam Darnold just a couple of weeks ago. They were fortunate enough to trade Teddy Bridgewater away yesterday to the Denver Broncos, but I still believe that there's an outside chance that they still pick up a quarterback, especially if Mr. Fields is there available when they pick, I think, at the 8th spot. So then, of course, there is Mr. Zach Wilson, who's expected to be a top pick. I think about a top 3 pick or so. Good card. And then Trey Lance, the North Dakota State guy, who is trying to follow in right behind Lawrence and Wilson as a top pick. He's somebody that also, I mentioned the Panthers. He's somebody that they had high on their list, and it looked like they may be after him pre-Sam Darnold. So we'll see what happens. Then there's Kyle Trask, the University of Florida quarterback. Mac Jones, the Alabama star. I saw an interesting stat yesterday that said he had actually 0 yards rushing in his career on designed runs. So I thought that was pretty telling that this is a traditional pro-style quarterback. He's a drop-back passer, not somebody that you're going to see in the vein of a Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray or anyone like that. He's strictly being brought in at his new club, whoever selects him to throw the ball downfield. Ian Book, the Notre Dame quarterback. Kellen Mond from Mississippi State. There's the University of Texas star, Sam Engler. Shane Buechele. A lot of quarterbacks so far. Jamie Newman, who last played at Wake Forest. I think he sat out last year. I think he had transferred maybe down to to the University of Georgia, if I recall correctly, but then sat out due to COVID, I think. But he had a fantastic career at Wake Forest. Then there's KJ Costello, Najee Harris, big bruising running back. Travis Etienne. Now he's a all-world running back from Clemson. I think he's the ACC's all-time leading rusher now. He'll make somebody a fantastic pro back, I believe. Trey Sermon, Chuba Hubbard, the wide receiver from Oklahoma State. Kylan Hill, Asim Rose Jr., Chris Evans from Michigan. At this point, I'm just looking to see if I get one of my Tar Heels guys, maybe a Michael Carter in here, crossing my fingers, maybe even a Javonte Williams. I'm not sure if he's even in the set, but I'm looking forward to seeing maybe a Tar Heel pop up here. Javian Hawkins, Kenneth Gainwell, Raheem Boyd. Oh, there's my guy, Michael Carter. He is one of my favorite running backs ever to come through at Carolina. He is explosive, and he is quick. 5'10", 200 pounds. You can see he does like to make defenders miss, but he also will run over you in a heartbeat. There's Mr. Kyle Pitts, who is a fantastic pro prospect at the tight end position. The former Gator. Tyler Vaughns, Devonta Smith, one of the big-time Alabama receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Nico Collins, Sage Surratt, another really solid receiver, could be a sleeper in this draft out of Wake Forest. His brother Chaz Surratt, I expect him to go drafted as well. He's a linebacker from North Carolina, but Sage Surratt was a record-setting receiver at Wake Forest. Jamar Chase, Amari Rogers, Rashad Bateman, Terrence Marshall Jr., Marquez Stevenson, Kadarius Toney, Jamon Osborne, Patrick Surtain II, Gregory Rousseau. I really like this card. This is the All-American card. This one is Terrence Marshall Jr. from LSU. These are my favorite of the Leaf Draft cards, just in aesthetics. I think that's a beautiful card. Just a great design. Really like those All-American cards. There's Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith again in the All-American insert. Trey Sermon, Travis Etienne. I'm telling you, folks, this guy is going to be a star. He will put up big-time yards. Somebody will pick him up, and I think in the right situation, he'll be a day-one starter in the NFL. Najee Harris, Mac Jones. There's Kyle Trask again. Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and our second Trevor Lawrence card. This should be card number 50 in the set, and it is Trevor Lawrence from the University of Clemson. Fresh out of the pack, that card you can see got a little bit of a blemish there. So now we're going to take a look and see what we have for our auto cards. They've got them in a team bag, so I'm going to try to get that open, and I'm going to be just as surprised as you guys are to see what we've got here. So the first one it says, congratulations, you've received an autographed Leaf card from Michael Straken. And then our second one is going to be a young man from Florida State, Janarius Robinson. So two autos as guaranteed. And of course, then there's our 50 card set. So have a good idea now of what you're going to get out of this Leaf Draft box. So fun little rip. I'm excited now to see where some of these guys are going to go and see how this draft that starts tonight will play out. So I'm going to get out of here because North Carolina Sports Guy has been busy this week. I've had a couple ball games for the teams that I coach. I called a high school baseball game for the radio on Tuesday night. I have another baseball game that I'm coaching in tonight, and then tomorrow night I'll be on the air for the North Carolina 2AA state semifinal game between the Salisbury Hornets and North Davidson Black Knights, with those two teams fighting to battle out a chance to make next week's state championship game. If North Davidson wins this game, we'll be calling that game next week from either Carter Finley Stadium in Raleigh or from Keenan Stadium in Chapel Hill. So I'm looking forward to potentially having an opportunity to call a game from one of the two premier universities in the state of North Carolina. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's little rip of the Leaf Draft 2021 blaster boxes. This is Wayne, the North Carolina Sports Guy, and I'm over and out.